Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into AWS Route 53, Amazon's powerful and fully managed DNS service. Route 53 is known for being highly scalable, highly available, and most importantly, authoritative, which means you, the customer, can directly update and manage DNS records yourself. Route 53 also doubles as a domain registrar, allowing you to register and manage domain names right inside your AWS account. It's one of the few AWS services that comes with 100% availability, SLA, making it incredibly reliable for production-grade systems. And if you've ever wondered why it's called Route 53, that's because port 53 is the standard port number used by DNS traffic. So let's take a look at DNS records. Now let's go ahead and take a look at DNS records. So DNS records tell Route 53 how to route traffic for a domain. Every record has 5 main parts: the domain or subdomain name, the record type, a value like an IP address, a routing policy, and a TTL, which stands for time to live. Time to live is how long DNS resolvers cache the record before checking again for updates. Route 53 supports many record types, but the most common are A, quadruple A, CNAME, and NS records. So understanding record types. The A record maps a host name to an IPv4 address like 192.168.0.1. The quadruple A record does the same but for IPv6 addresses. CNAME records are a bit different. They map one host name to another host name. However, there's one restriction. You can't use a CNAME at the top level of your domain, known as the zone apex. For example, you can't create a CNAME for example.com, but you can create one for www.example.com. Lastly, we have NS records, or name server records, which tell the internet which name servers are authoritative for your domain. Next, we have hosted zones. So in Route 53, hosted zones act as containers for DNS records. There's 2 main types. You have your public hosted zones, which handle domains accessible on the public internet, such as app.mydomain.com. And then you have private hosted zones, which are used inside one or more AWS VPCs, usually for internal applications like api.company.internal. Each hosted zone costs about 50 cents per month, so they're both affordable and easy to manage. Time to live. DNS record stays cached before refreshing. A high TTL like 24 hours means less traffic to Route 53 and better caching performance, but changes take longer to propagate. A low TTL like 60 seconds ensures updates take effect quickly, but increases the number of DNS lookups, which slightly raises your costs. TTL is required for every DNS record type, except alias records, which we'll look at next. So now we have CNAME versus alias. CNAME records point to a host name to another host name, but can't be used at the root of the domain. Alias records, on the other hand, are unique to AWS, and they map directly to AWS resources such as Elastic Load Balancers, CloudFront distributions, or S3 static websites. Alias records are free of charge, work at both root and subdomain levels, and automatically recognize IP changes in the target service. You also can't manually set their TTL since Route 53 handles that dynamically. Next, we have routing policies, which determine how Route 53 responds to DNS queries, not how traffic is actually routed like a load balancer. Let's quickly break down the key types. First off, we have simple routing, which sends all traffic to one resource. We have weighted routing, which splits traffic by percentage, great for gradual rollouts or A/B testing. Next, we have latency-based routing, which directs users to the region with the lowest network delay. Then we have geolocation, which sends users to resources based on where they're located, down to the continent, country, or US state. We have geoproximity, which takes it further by letting you bias your traffic towards a certain region, useful for multi-region setups. And finally, we have multi-value answer routing, which can return multiple healthy records for redundancy. Many of these can be paired with health checks for automatic failover. Speaking of health checks, Route 53 health checks automatically monitor your endpoints and can trigger DNS failovers. Around 15 global checkers test your endpoint every 30 seconds using HTTP, HTTPS, or TCP. If more than 18% of them report success, the endpoint is marked as healthy. You can combine checks using AND, OR, and NOT logic, or even link them to CloudWatch alarms to monitor AWS services like DynamoDB or RDS. For private resources inside of VPC, health checks can't directly connect, but you can use CloudWatch metrics to simulate those checks. And we have a quick conclusion. So to wrap up, AWS Route 53 is more than just a DNS service. It combines global scalability, flexible routing policies, and built-in health monitoring to keep your applications reliable and fast. Understanding records, hosted zones, TTL, and alias behavior gives you the foundation to manage complex architectures confidently. In the next video, we're going to shift the focus from DNS to networking, exploring VPCs, subnets, and security controls that tie everything together.